Hi guys, this is Pumpkin Tub and back on World of Warships. Sorry I've been away for a while. I have been kind of busy with, work. For example, I'm now a chef in a pub. Yay! Basically I can't do this as much as I like, but I'll try to do as much as I can. I have been streaming a little bit this week. Just one the other day when I had a little bit of time. If you saw that, well done. I'm glad you watched it. If you didn't, go check out Twitch now. It should be still on there, as well as a highlight from that game, which I found incredibly funny. I have recently also started a new account, mainly because when I'm not playing with my friends, I'm kind of getting ahead in some ships, and I really prefer playing with them sometimes, because in a division it's just a bit more fun and you can be a bit more tactical, whereas on your own you don't have to be, or it's a bit harder to be so, because you can't talk to the other players. So I've started this account. It's called Dirtboat. If you see me, just say hi. And so far I've got to tier 5 now. After this game I managed to get the Königsberg, the tier 5 German cruiser, but today I am sailing in the tier 4. Now this is a mostly tier 4 game, as well as some tier 3s thrown in there as well. At the moment I've got to back me up this Kohlberg and Danae, as well as the G101 that is currently coming back towards us from B, and behind me there is a Phoenix and a Nassau, and I think that the most of the rest of the team is coming out to C with us as well. First sighted was the Kuma, trying to get some shots up. He's behind that island, so I don't think I'll be able to hit him. Well, I've got my guns facing that way anyway. We've also got a Miyogi moving in. Yeah, there's the Kuma again. Teammates are now firing at the Miyogi. The thing I do not like about this ship is the fact that its range is so, well, it's a bit abysmal really. It's got a range of 11.7 kilometers, and that's after upgrading it. Before it was just 10.7, something like that anyway. So it's not much of an upgrade, but it's enough. So really in this ship you do have to get quite close to the enemy, unlike if you're in the Duguay, the French tier 4, which has a 15.3 or 15.4 kilometer range, something like that. So that's a 4 kilometer difference. So you really have to get this close. Unlike the French cruisers, the Karlsrue does have quite a good reload rate of 8 seconds, I think, or just over. So look, oh no, 6.5 seconds, I was wrong. So you can outgun it, which you might see later even. Just working this guy over. We've got 2 fires on him. I got 2 fires on him in that first volley. He hasn't put them out, mainly probably because there's so many other cruisers. If he just puts it out now, he'll just get set on fire again. So I start my work on the Kawachi. Torpedoes to my right, but I don't have to worry about that. Try and get on fire on this Kawachi. The Miyogi is still burning, but I think he's about to put it out. If I can get a fire on this guy, it'd be great. The guns on this ship are very good. I wish they had a little bit more range to work with, but they're 135mm guns, so when they are in the air they get a little floaty, which is a bit rubbish. But as you can see, due to the recent buff of the German HE, the penetration on these is great, and you get some really good damage, especially on the superstructure of battleships. The Miyogi is running away, trying to get a fire on him, because I'm pretty sure that Kawachi is going to go down to torpedoes. Or close to it. Nope, not quite. He's still alive for now. Someone's got a fire on the Miyogi. Another one would be great, because he wouldn't be able to put it out. Luckily I'm keeping this Danae and Kohlberg in front of me, so they're taking the most of the fire. Someone is aiming at me though. Oh, make sure you do not run into allies. It's not all that great. The game before this, I took the Duguay out, the tier 4 French cruiser, and some guy in a Clemson team killed me right at the start for no apparent reason. Just did it because he was a bit of a knob. That's pretty much it. That's all I could really suss for it. And then he charged head first into the enemy and died. So you really get some assholes like that in this game. Sorry for the language, but it's true. Still trying to get a fire on this Miyogi. I am being a little reckless, but it's kind of it's not completely reckless because the ships behind me, the South Carolina and the Kolberg, have the Nassau and the Friant to deal with, whereas me, the Danae and the Kolberg are chasing after this Miyogi. In a minute I will realise that it's kind of pointless chasing after this guy because he does have a head start on me and he is a very quick ship. I say very quick, it's quick for tier 4. And as you can see, it's not as reckless because at the whole time you could tell by my detected sign I was not being aimed at anyone because I have priority target. Priority target just means it shows you how many people are aiming at you at one time. Try and get the fire on this South Carolina would be good. Carolina, I nearly said. I'm now detected again, though. You pretty much remain detected in this ship the whole time if you do not have concealment expert, but you'll rarely have concealment expert at this level unless you have trained at a captain the entire way and then put him back on this ship. Oh, and I want a fire as well. There we go, lovely fire. You'll either have to put those out or just leave them. I don't mind if he leaves them like that because there you go, another fire on his nose. That's 3 fires now on the South Carolina. Unfortunately, he detonated our Friant. Poor guy. Thinking about using my torpedoes on the South Carolina, but that Nassau is there, and at this level they do have a tendency to sail in straight lines, hence why destroyers have so much fun at this tier. Took not that much of a hit from that guy. South Carolina is still focusing on me where he should be focusing on that broadside Nassau right in front of him, but they see cruiser and they kind of go into derp mode. For some reason I can't get another fire on this guy. There we go, he stopped looking at me now. He's now realised there's a massive battleship right in front of him. And now that the Nassau has passed, I can use my torpedoes. Torpedoes are quite good on this ship. There's 2 on either side, so 2 launches on either side of 4 torpedoes. There you go, 2 fires on him as well. He is dead, if not to my torpedoes, to that Nassau, or the fires. He doesn't really have much hope. Now would be a good time to aim at me because he could do much more damage to me than that Nassau. And there you go, first kill. First kill at 52,000 damage. Now I'm going to start work on this Kolberg. Now you'll see here, you get 900, what was it, 500 damage on that Kolberg. Now with the armor piercing, it just overpenned. So you're much better off using armor piercing on a bit more armored, let's say, ships than the Kolberg, because they just pass through. Get over penetrations. Use HE, you're more likely to get more penetrations and significantly higher damage. It's just more consistent. Got an incapacitation on something. It must have been a gun. Or AA. But the Kolberg I don't think has any AA, to be honest. Ooh, some rounds only just get over the island. I'd set a fire on that guy, but I think he put it out. Yeah, he did. Now at this point I had no idea there was a Miyogi just to my right, or my left even. Look, I'm going to have a look now in free camera. Look, he's right there. Well, I am actually firing at something else. This is me in replays, just showing you that there is a Miyogi right there. And he's not aiming at me, it's that Nassau. That Nassau in the middle is the one aiming at me while I'm still trying to put down that Kolberg. I don't know if I'll get that Kolberg. I'm trying to angle as much as possible on that guy. And that Nassau, I mean. See, watch this. 1,500 damage, 4 penetrations. At this angle, armor piercing would either ricochet or just overpen his superstructure. There you go, 400 damage, took out his steering, but it didn't matter because he died. This is when I was like, oh crap, there's a Miyogi right there. Didn't even notice. But luckily he wasn't aiming at me, he had Kohlberg issues, and for some reason he decides to keep firing at the Kohlberg and not the Karlsrue that's 6 kilometers from him. And 6 kilometers, you've heard that number before. Of course, that is torpedoes, but I'm not going to see me think about using them, but I'm not going to because he is travelling away from me, and he just outrun them, so there's no point. Get a fire, which he damage cons straight away, which I never recommend, because in 20 seconds it will be off cooldown, and he won't be able to use it again, or be on cooldown even. And all I need to do then is just keep up the fire. There you go. He's got a fire which he now cannot put out because he's already damage conned. Nassau is now going back into B, so I don't have to worry about him for now. And I can keep working over this Miyogi. Another fire, that's 2 fires now. And my damage will just keep racking up because he's still, for some reason, ignoring my existence. That's probably how I did so well in this game, because I did get ignored quite a lot. 4 penetrations, but his superstructure is incredibly saturated now, so it was only 400 damage. There you go, 2,266 damage. And I got a arsonist for that. To Gay, straight away. He can outrange me, but I have the better firepower as my guns reload faster. His guns are slightly bigger than mine. I think they're 155mm shells. But I have 6 to fire at him. He has 8 to fire at me, but he's ignoring me for now. Now he turns his attention to me. I have now got 2 fires burning on him. He has to put that out at some point, because at this rank, or not rank, at this tier, you do not have a repair. You have a damage control, but that's it. And he has used it. Here I should have probably changed to the armor piercing a bit sooner. Still, there you go. Changed the armor piercing now. He's gone full broadside. I should have done it before, because I have the knowledge to predict it, but I didn't. See if I can get some citadels on this guy. See if dispersion will let me play. I took 3,000 damage there because he got mostly penetrations. Tried to angle, mainly because Karlsrue does suffer a lot of citadels to cruiser armor piercing. Still can't get any citadels on that guy. Oh, these look good. Nope, still nothing. Quick 2 shots over the island. See if I can get him down a bit more. Oh, there we go. High caliber and battle hero. Battle hero, I think it's something like 10 heroic medals in battles or something like that. I sent my torpedoes on the other side of that island because you can see by that inner circle, if the Degay decided to turn in, he would run into them. At this point, I decided to just slow down, see what the Degay is doing, and camp A, because we are behind in points. As you can see, 501 to 825. That Degay over there, quite a way away on the edge of my range, is just behind an island as well, so I really don't have anything to shoot at. Our South Carolina over at sea is completely broadside on, but to a Nassau and a cruiser, so I'm pretty sure he's not doing too well. That other Degay that I citadel managed to get a last shot away on that Kohlberg, so unfortunately he died. I really should have done something to help at this point, but it's fine. The Kohlberg managed to finish him off as well, so he did not die in vain. At this point, I have captured A, and I managed to do 95,000 damage, arsonist, high caliber, and I got that battle hero medal, which you only get once. Anyway, so let's see what else I can do. Basically, we need to claw it back now, otherwise we're going to lose. The Nassau is still battling out with the South Carolina. It looks like he is much more angled than the South Carolina is. So I'm pretty sure that the South Carolina is going to die. The Degay is just out of my range at the moment. Well, he's in my range, but he's moving away, so I can't actually shoot him. And I'm detected by his plane. So I thought I might as well stop firing for a little bit, because I'm just drawing attention to myself for no apparent reason, and just capture B, because we need them points. Or, well, more correctly, we need to stop them from getting more points. Thought I'd take a quick couple more shots at the Degay. More damage isn't bad damage, and because he was behind an island and the Nassau was out of my range, I wouldn't have been detected anyway. As you can see, the South Carolina is taking a beating, but he's not putting up a bad fight. He's got the Nassau down to 9,000 health, because I think he's on fire at the moment, or taking a beating from the secondaries of the South Carolina. The Degay is coming to help him. Hopefully the South Carolina can put down that Nassau so I don't have to do with it. At this point, the South Carolina probably would have done with going YOLO and just, you know, running into the guy. Because a battleship for a battleship is a good idea, but he decides not to, probably because he had more health at that point. But now, I think that the tables have turned. He got just set on fire, and when the Degay turned up, it was a 2-on-1 battle, and he couldn't survive. Oh dear, I'm detected. This isn't good. Oh, both of them are aiming at me. I have 8,500 damage left, and I have to fight off both of these guys. This should be fun. Got a couple of hits on the Degay. I have captured B. I have to move into C now. I have to, because they're on 955 points, and if I don't get in that cap circle, they'll just keep getting points and they'll win. I can see the Degay, so give him a couple of shots in his direction. Now I know the Nassau is out there somewhere, I just don't know where. Don't know where. He must be sailing away from me, away from around where that wreck of the South Carolina was. Yep, there he is. He is firing at me. Oh, armor piercing. I'm going to take a bit of damage here. Yeah, just 1,000 damage is fine. I'm going to try and put down the Nassau first. He is the bigger threat with that armor piercing, because he might just do overpens on me, but still, broadside of a Nassau can absolutely destroy me. And if I get a fire on this guy, it might just turn the tide. Oh, this is going to be cutting it close. I'm on 3,700 damage. Come on, I need to put this Nassau down. Torpedo tube is out of action, but I don't need to use my damage control ability to do that. I think I've killed the Nassau. Yep, there you go. Kraken unleashed. He actually fired one more round at me, that Nassau. I should have stayed more angled. Can't be having that fire. Now, if I had repaired that torpedo tube, I would not have been able to repair that fire, and I would have died. Ooh, 2,000 damage on that. Degay, got a Confederate. Come on, come on. Yeah. And that's what happens when a ship has a bit more firepower than the other one. I managed to reload just before he did, and managed to shoot before he did, which in the end won us the match. Now let's look at the scores. So guys, in that battle I did 106,000 damage, call it 107 because I'm nearly there. Got 164,000 credits, 4,500 experience, 200 free experience, Arsonist, Kraken, High Caliber, and Confederate, along with the Battle Hero, but that's just because it was a new account. Which isn't bad for just a silver account. I do not have premium on this account, so this is actually a really good result. Obviously, I'm top of the team. I kind of carried it right at the end. Only just survived, so at the end, my hands were shaking quite a little bit, just because I didn't want to, well, lose. Really, you don't really want to lose at times. I got 1,800 base experience. The Danae did well too, by the looks of it. Did a 31,000 damage in fires. Torpedoes only did 1. I think that was just finishing off that South Carolina. Took 22,617 damage. That was 58 damage away from dying. So I count that as a success. And there you go. Yeah, with premium, if I did have premium, even I would have earned much more, as you can see here. Well, I really hope you enjoyed this commentary, and if you liked it, give me a like down below. If you want to see more, let me know in the comments, and always, if you want to subscribe, do so. That's been Ian. I've been the Pumpkin Tub, and I hope you have a good day.